Have you ever felt completely drained but couldn't quite figure out why? You're doing good things, you're showing up for everybody, you're checking all the boxes, but something feels off. If this resonates with you, today's episode is a good one. I'm Dr. Phyllis, and welcome to the Own Your Yes podcast. In today's episode 96, titled Reclaim Your Energy, Realign with Your Purpose, I want to emphasize that depletion doesn't always come from doing too much. Sometimes it comes from doing too much of the wrong things, from letting the wrong people, the wrong priorities, or even the wrong pace drive your life. In this episode, we're talking about how to reclaim your energy, not just by resting, but by realigning with your purpose. Let me share a story with you, my own modern day parable that the Lord put on my heart, mixed with a little piece of observation as well. There was a young woman who had saved up a long time and worked so hard to get her first car. When she got her car, she was ecstatic because to her, her car meant freedom. It meant that she could go where she wanted to go. She could now make decisions on where she wanted to work, when she wanted to go hang out with her friends. She did not have to rely on someone else or rely on Uber or other modes of transportation, the bus. Again, the car meant freedom to her. Yet what was interesting over time, as she had different relationships, she had friendships, she had boyfriends, she would let them use her car. She would give them the keys to drive her car. Sometimes with her in the car, sometimes when she wasn't in the car. So she had gone from working so hard and finally getting this symbol of freedom, of what was important to her, something that she had stewarded and taken care of and nurtured. But over time, she continued to allow other people to use what she cherished and what she had worked for and what God had blessed her with to steward. And why this is important is because often we do this. I've done this, where we get pulled almost without really realizing it. We get pulled by other people's agendas, by their priorities, by, I call them other people's fires, or even we feel that what they have going on is more important than what we have going on. And we allow these people, these tasks, these roles, these responsibilities to slowly but surely pull at us. And we end up depleted. And the main point, sis, here is that depletion is often a result of misalignment, not laziness or weakness. When you consistently give your energy to what God never assigned to you, you will feel overextended and underfulfilled. Let me say that again. When you consistently give your energy, your time, your your commitment to what God never assigned to you, you will feel overextended and underfulfilled. Often, you're not tired because you're incapable or it's too hard for you. You're tired because you're off course. You're being distracted from what you should be doing. Your energy's being siphoned or pulled off by all of this. One of the things that I have done, which I think will be helpful for you, is to look at a way to reflect in this type of situation. When you are feeling overcommitted and pulled, how do we get back on track? How do we reclaim what we've been silently handing away? You ready? Let's look at this reflective approach that has helped me and I feel will help you reset and get back on course and realign. This is what I call 4 steps to reclaim your energy and realign with your purpose. Number 1 is recognize what's pulling you. Identify what is currently tugging at your time, your emotions, and your energy. Often, I'm going to be honest, it feels like a drag. It's something that's pulling at you that you don't get excited about. You feel it's more of a chore than a blessing. You feel like it's more of a drain than lights you up as a way of providing service. You have to ask yourself, sis, is this a divine assignment or a distraction that's all wrapped up and it looks like a duty you have to fulfill? Is it a divine assignment that God has given you to do or put on your heart to do? Or is it a distraction that looks like something you have to do? Second is name what you have been handing over to other people, to other activities, to other situations or roles. What have you been handing over? Just like in our story, where this young woman was handing over the keys to other people, what have you been giving away your time, your priority, your energies to? What are you giving away your keys to? Are there people? Are there roles? Are there responsibility? Are there unspoken obligations that you've been handing over the keys to? Awareness and calling it out, calling a thing, and confronting it within yourself is the first act of reclaiming and taking back power and realigning yourself. Thirdly, is to reset the boundaries. Again, coming back to what belongs to me, what belongs to you to carry, and what doesn't. Ask God to give you discernment and guidance over what is it for you to carry or let that person carry, or to allow someone else to handle that. Let them be blessed to do it. Just because you can, you don't have to. Go to God and ask for his discernment so that he can speak louder to you and shut out the voices of guilt or being driven by performance or people pleasing. Reset your boundaries. And within boundaries is that special word, priorities, as well, which leads into the fourth step. Refocus on what you're called to steward. Boundaries, stewardship, we're talking about priorities. Refocus on what you're called to steward. What are you meant to steward? Ask God again to give you discernment. This is the major thing, sis. This the common thread through these four steps is keeping God as our GPS instead of that autopilot mindset as our GPS. And you've heard me say it and I keep saying it because as high achieving Christian women, there's so many things we are able to do. God has gifted us. He's wired us to be doers. Yet, when we're not using God as our GPS, we get caught up in the doing. Our definition of service gets all turned around. And this is how we continue to give the keys, our time, our priorities, our mission, our purpose to other people and other roles and responsibilities and activities that are distractions that then create depletion. So let me review. Step one, recognize the pulls. What's pulling you? Is it a divine assignment or a distraction? Name it. Where are you giving away the keys? Reset boundaries. Reset boundaries. And then also look at what you are called to steward. Because what is so important, sis, is that you focus on what God has called you to do. It doesn't mean you're not going to be tired doing what God has called you to do. Yet, I can tell you that when you focus on your mission and you are able to reclaim your mission, your purpose, and focus on as much as possible living a life of intention, that's when we get back to the importance of owning your yes, what you're saying yes to, what and who you're giving the keys to. Because when you own it, you have to own it. You have to take an active role. You have to be the driver and not let your passenger take over your wheel and keep allowing multiple people and other activities and other roles and responsibilities to take over the driver's seat. When you live a life with intention, yes, there are going to be things that you're going to do that, yeah, they're not necessarily at the top of your list and you're doing it because you're called to do it. Yet you know with intention what you're doing and why you're doing it. And when you live life with intention, you still are able to then make room for those people, those activities, those times of silence that bring you joy and refuel you. Yet to be able to have that space to do those things that bring you joy, that refuel you, that refresh you, you have to let some other stuff go. You have to make room. And the way you make room is to stop turning over the keys to people, tasks, activities that are not in alignment to your purpose and what God has for you to do during this season. Yeah, you may have been doing that in the past season, but He's called you into a new season. So sometimes you got to let go of what you've done and who you've allowed to drive your car in the past, and you stay in the driver's seat more. I hope this episode has been helpful to you. It is so important to me that I help you own your yes, own what you are saying yes to, because you have a heart of gold. You have such a loving heart, and there are so many things that you can do because God has gifted you. He's wired you with so many talents and such a big heart of love, as I've said, that there's so many things that you want to do. Yet this is your season to be in the driver's seat with God as your GPS, to live your best life by being intentional of what you allow to pull from you, what you say yes to, and maintaining the space to live with joy and in your purpose. I love you. I look forward every week to being with you. Be blessed. And don't forget this week to look at who are you turning the keys over to in your life, and stay in that driver's seat. Love you. See you next week now. Bye-bye.